This is the second video dealing with exchange rates in chapter 11, and this one we're going to look particularly at the buying power of our money compared to other currencies. First of all, there's the cost of living consideration. So, for example, it does not make sense to say that a book costs $20 in the US and £15 in England. The comparison is not equivalent. And why is this? Because we know that the exchange rate is £2 per dollar. So in other words, $1 will cost you £2. So therefore, in England, the book is selling for $30 if you're looking from an American perspective. So the book is actually more expensive in England. Now we're going to take this into the buying power of each country's currency. So in order to compare or decide what the cost of living is like in different countries, you need to have a yardstick. And our yardstick here is going to be salary compared to food. So we are going to take a teacher's salary, and in South Africa, an average teacher's salary per month is 14,800 Rand. In the US, an average teacher's salary is $2,584. So what we have to do, we're now going to look at the Pizza Hut prices. So we have Pizza Hut in South Africa and we have Pizza Hut in America. So from the internet, we went and looked at the pizza prices in South Africa, and you will see a large pizza, pepperoni pizza, will cost you 119 Rand 90. In America, the large pepperoni pizza will cost you, so we're going to look at this one here, will cost you $14.99. So we're going to take each country and its food, and we're going to calculate the ratio of pizza to salary. Now remember, when you're given a ratio, it's important that you check out the order. So it's pizza to salary. So in South Africa, the pizza price is 119 Rand 90. So we are going to have 119 Rand 90 to the average teacher's salary, 14,800 Rand. And what we will do, we're going to divide this by 119.90 in order to get 1. And over here, what you do to the one side, you've got to do to the other, 119 Rand 90. So you're going to get 1 to 123.4. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that for one salary, you can get 123.4 pizzas. That's in South Africa. Now we need to go and do the same for America. So what I've done here, I've taken the exchange rate table from the last video, and we're again going to use 1669. Remember, set up your equation, set up your fraction, cross multiply. So if I say 1 times x is x, 1669 times 2,584, the equivalent, or a teacher salary in America, in our terms, is 43,126. Now that sounds huge compared to the South African salary of 14,800. So now you can see you can't actually compare like that. Now, because we know the method to do the conversions from dollars to rands, here we just multiplied. So you are going to apply the same principle here, and that same pizza would cost 250 Rand, 183. And we're going to revisit, so that's why I put this, write the pizza to salary ratio in the format. So in other words, we are finding a unit ratio. We did this in scale as well. So what happens in America, you would have, so we are doing pizza to salary. So our pizza price was $14.99, and the salary was $2,584. So you saw that I had to go and do a conversion for each of these. So when I convert it to rands, I am going to get, so $14.99 will give me a rand value of 250,183, and that conversion was 43,126,96. This was rounded to 2 decimal places. Right, and we want 1 rand or one of these, so we're going to divide by 250,183. What we do to the one side, we do to the other, so we divide by 250,183. Those would cancel, and I would get 1. Okay, here we're going this route, 1, 2. If I divide that, I'm going to get 172,383 ... because it rounds far more decimal places, around to 2 decimal places. So it is, I'm going, okay, 1 to 172,4. I'm rounding to 1 decimal place. Right, let's have a look. Now you have to do the comparison. So from this calculation, we got 123,4, and on this one, we got 172,4. Now, what is this actually telling us? Well, it's telling us that in South Africa, you can only buy 123 pizzas on a teacher's salary. In America, you can buy 172 pizzas on a teacher's salary. So the cost of living appears to be much cheaper in America. The other thing I want to remind you of is this is the only place where in ratio you can have a comma, a decimal point. Remember, it was when you share in a given ratio or when you write it as a unit ratio, 1 to something. Otherwise, you have to use whole numbers. Right, that's what it appears to be. But now, there are other considerations. You must remember, in America, fast food is extremely cheap compared to other countries. And that's probably why they have such a problem with obesity, because it's cheaper to buy fast foods or takeouts than it is to cook. Right, let's have a look at the exchange rate to immigrate. So you've got to take whatever money you've got in South African rands and you divide it by nearly 20. So for every R1,000,000, you only get $50,000, which quite frankly is just more than 1 month's teacher's salary. You will find more practice for this on page 247, exercise 2.